Thank you, Madam Moderator. I just want to, in closing, state the following, that I wish for us to add value to the successes gained and also for us to adopt a no-return policy and the failures of other countries. What I am saying, we don't want any further lockdown. St. Lucia experienced the first COVID-19 death today, and 2 more persons are in critical conditions. I am appealing to the general public to help us for you not to become one of those statistics. We will continue with the risk communication, but no more than ever, we need to be more vigilant in protecting ourselves, our families, and also our precious borders. I'd wish to advise that we remain alert to the present weather condition. The Met Office has advised that the Federation should expect 3 to 6 inches of rain over the next 24 hours. If this amount of rain is materialized, then it will heighten the chances of flash flooding. This means that everyone should exercise caution when traversing areas that are prone to flooding, landslide, rock falling, as the soil is heavily saturated. I am asking persons to refrain from parking in guts overnight. Please do not attempt to drive through these waterways if they are running. The Honorable Prime Minister will be advised in the morning regarding any potential threats that may interrupt daily activities. So therefore, I'm hopeful that persons won't call me 4 o'clock in the morning and ask me if there will be school or no school. The Prime Minister will address the country or take the necessary decision-making processes in this regard. The flash flood watch will remain in effect overnight. However, this can be upgraded within short notice. Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, for your gracious invitation, and to the callers. I am appealing for the cooperation and support of the general public now that we are receiving commercial flights in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. However, Honorable Prime Minister, just before I close, I want to highlight something that the President of the Chamber highlighted regarding OTI. In the contractual agreement within OTI and the government, the OTI would have stipulated several points, and I wish to highlight a few. 1, all administrative, maintenance, security, meals, and housekeeping services will be provided by the government at its own cost. The Ocean Terminal will provide no staff. The government will be responsible for reimbursing the company for the repairs of any damages to the property caused by the occupants under quarantine or persons authorized by the government to access the property. The government will be responsible to reimburse the company of any loss of or damages to any equipment, furniture, appliances, linen, etc. The government will ensure that adequate security is in place to prevent any unauthorized access to the property. The government will ensure that the rooms and adjoinings are utilized and cleaned and sanitized at the end of their use or in quarantine. The fees for usage of the rooms will be $500 US per month per room. And this, I must say, is of no, this is of no gain to the government. This money is paid to the TDC group of companies who are responsible for the Ocean Terrace Inn. And as the President would have said, this is heavily subsidized. I can say to you that the bills that are associated with maintenance are very high. For example, the electricity bill on a monthly basis is upward of 35,000 EC dollars. Water bill is upward of 17 EC dollars. And this has nothing to do yet with cable and internet, which I know the cable at the present moment is holding me highly responsible for. So therefore, citizens and residents, please note that this facility is only being used for quarantine by the government, and it's of no gain to the government as it regards to payment. So therefore, it is heavily subsidized. To the caller regarding the student or his daughter or daughter, I think he said, is supposed to come to St. Kitts. I'm going to advise you, as we have advised everyone, please apply to the COVID-19 task force at gov.kn. and this should be supported by documents stating that yes, your daughter is a student and you are requesting for exemption of quarantine fees. Now, when this is received, this will be processed and sent to the appropriate authorities for action, and this is done on a case-by-case basis. You ask whether it's only at OTI. We have also established relationship with the Royal St. Kitts Hotel, who have a program with us to support our students once they are returning. Now, this is not a definite yes. This means that you can make the submission and consideration will be given to your submission. And I want to highlight that the government so far, from the time we have started quarantining, has spent in excess of over 165,000 EC dollars in exemption fees for students, in particular elderly and other persons who would have had medical conditions. We have had students who would have returned from Cuba, students who would have returned from Trinidad, Barbados, and also the United States of America, including Canada. We have our students who will return from Barbados as well, and Jamaica. So therefore, the government has been doing a lot regarding exemption of fees for these critical for these critical groups, such as students, the elderly, 62 and over, and also persons who have gone for extensive medical care. You have to do is that you have to provide evidence in your submission that you are classified as one of those persons who we just mentioned. So again, I want to appeal to the general public to support the efforts of the government, the National COVID-19 Task Force, and our private partners such as the Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Ms. Matthews would have been baptized by the pandemic as our first female president of the Chamber. However, again, I want to commend her for her leadership, and I hope that she will continue such leadership. I don't know if she's learning something from the Honorable Prime Minister. He will have to speak on that. So thank you very much, Prime Minister, for having me, and thank you for the questions.